Welcome. I am Ava, and you are watching WNBA Trending. Today's top story focuses on a discussion that's been dominating sports media headlines across the country. ESPN analyst Elle Duncan has spoken out about what she describes as an issue surrounding Caitlin Clark's spotlight in the WNBA. The conversation has sparked debate among fans, journalists, and players about the balance between individual fame and league-wide recognition. Caitlin Clark has taken the basketball world by storm. From her record-breaking college career at Iowa to her highly anticipated rookie season with the Indiana Fever, she has become one of the most talked-about athletes in America. Every game she plays draws attention, sells tickets, and attracts millions of views online. The excitement she generates has been labeled the Caitlin Clark effect. This effect has boosted WNBA viewership, merchandise sales, and overall interest in women's basketball to levels rarely seen before. But as the spotlight grows brighter, questions are being raised about how that attention is being distributed and what message it sends about the rest of the league. ESPN's Elle Duncan recently appeared on air to discuss her thoughts. She made it clear that she believes Clark's accomplishments deserve recognition. Duncan praised Clark's talent, work ethic, and undeniable influence on the game. However, she argued that the conversation surrounding Clark has become unbalanced. The issue, Duncan explained, is not with Caitlin Clark herself, but with the way the media and fans have positioned her as the only face of the WNBA. According to Duncan, this narrative risks diminishing the achievements of other talented players who have been building the league for years. Duncan said, quote, "It's okay to put Caitlin Clark on the cover of Time magazine. It's well-deserved and well-earned. But the issue comes when the celebration of her turns into the idea that everyone else in the WNBA is irrelevant without her." Her comments quickly went viral, sparking strong reactions across social media. Some fans agreed wholeheartedly, saying it's important to recognize that the league is filled with elite athletes who deserve their own spotlight. Others argued that Clark's impact is so massive that her coverage is naturally bigger and that it benefits everyone in the long run. The conversation highlights a delicate balance in sports storytelling. Every league needs stars, personalities who attract viewers and energize fans. But when one player becomes the center of everything, it can create tension within the sport. For the WNBA, this is especially complex. The league has been fighting for mainstream attention for decades, and Clark's arrival has undeniably brought that attention. Yet, the risk of over-centralizing the narrative around one person could overshadow the broader progress the league has made through the collective efforts of all its players. Elle Duncan's remarks also shine a light on how media framing shapes public perception. When television networks, newspapers, and social media accounts repeatedly present Clark as the savior of women's basketball, it can unintentionally imply that the sport wasn't worth watching before she arrived. For longtime players like Aya Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and Diana Taurasi, all of whom have been pushing the league forward for years, that message can feel dismissive. Many WNBA veterans have spoken about the importance of balance in how stories are told, ensuring that both new and veteran players receive fair coverage. It's worth noting that Caitlin Clark herself has been nothing but respectful toward her peers. In multiple interviews, she's praised the league's veterans, thanked them for paving the way, and emphasized that she's still learning from them. Her humble attitude has won her respect both on and off the court. However, she can't control how the media portrays her. The attention surrounding her name often grows beyond her actions. She's become a cultural symbol, not just a player, representing new energy, youth appeal, and crossover popularity for the WNBA. When asked about the increased scrutiny that comes with fame, Clark has said she's simply focused on playing basketball and improving every game. Her approach reflects maturity beyond her years. But as Elle Duncan pointed out, the narrative is bigger than one athlete. The challenge is for fans, journalists, and broadcasters to celebrate Clark's success without erasing the accomplishments of others. The WNBA's history is filled with legends who helped build the foundation that Clark now stands on. Players like Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, Tamika Catchings, Sue Bird, and Candace Parker laid the groundwork for the league's growth. They endured years of limited coverage and smaller crowds, yet they kept pushing forward, believing in the future of women's basketball. Their perseverance made today's surge in interest possible. Recognizing that legacy doesn't diminish Clark's impact, it enriches it. From a business perspective, the WNBA is in a unique position. The league has never had more visibility, and Caitlin Clark is a major reason for that. Her jersey sales shattered records within days of being released. Her games consistently draw the highest TV ratings. Sponsorships and media deals have expanded, and social media engagement is higher than ever. But growth built on one figure can be risky. If the league doesn't diversify its marketing and highlight multiple stars, it may struggle to sustain momentum once the initial novelty fades. Sports analysts have compared Clark's arrival to other transformative figures in professional leagues. In the NBA, stars like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Stephen Curry elevated the game's popularity while inspiring new generations. But their rise also coincided with efforts by the league to promote other players and teams. The result was a balanced ecosystem where fans could root for stars but also appreciate the sport as a whole. The WNBA has the same opportunity right now to ensure that Caitlin Clark's fame becomes a gateway to discovering other talented athletes, not a barrier. Elle Duncan's analysis calls for that kind of balance. She emphasized that it's possible to celebrate Clark's excellence while acknowledging the depth of talent across the league. The point isn't to reduce Clark's shine, it's to make sure that light is shared. As Duncan put it, she is exceptional and transformative. Period. Leave it there. That simple statement captures the core message. Clark's greatness stands on its own, without the need to diminish others. Meanwhile, fans continue to debate what all of this means for the WNBA's future. On one hand, the surge of interest is an undeniable victory. Young fans are discovering women's basketball for the first time. Ticket sales are booming. Broadcast networks are giving the league more airtime than ever. On the other hand, the league must be careful not to let its identity be defined by a single person. True growth happens when fans care about the competition, the rivalries, and the collective story, not just one headline name. The conversation has also reignited discussions about media responsibility. Journalists and broadcasters have the power to shape public perception. When coverage focuses only on one narrative, it narrows the audience's understanding of the game. Balanced storytelling helps build appreciation for the league's full range of talent, from rookies to veterans. It also strengthens the league's brand by showcasing diversity, competition, and teamwork. As the season continues, Caitlin Clark's development will remain a major storyline. Every step she takes, from her shooting performances to her leadership on the court, will be closely watched. But it's equally important to highlight the performances of her teammates and opponents who are also contributing to the league's growth. The WNBA has never been richer in talent, and that collective excellence deserves attention. Many players have publicly supported Clark, seeing her success as a win for everyone. Aya Wilson said recently that Caitlin's bringing eyes to the league, and that's a good thing. We just want people to stay once they get here. That sentiment captures the broader hope that new fans drawn by Clark's story will fall in love with the entire WNBA experience. The league's long-term success depends on keeping those fans engaged through competitive games, compelling personalities, and authentic storytelling. As for Elle Duncan's comments, they serve as a reminder that constructive criticism can be healthy. Her analysis wasn't an attack on Caitlin Clark. It was a call to action for the media, fans, and the league itself. The WNBA is entering a pivotal era, one where its growth could accelerate dramatically. But that growth must be built on a foundation that includes everyone, not just one superstar. Clark's impact is undeniable. She's changing perceptions, driving ratings, and inspiring the next generation of athletes. Her journey is a testament to hard work, talent, and resilience. At the same time, acknowledging her influence shouldn't come at the expense of others who are equally vital to the sport's progress. The challenge ahead is to keep that balance alive. The story of Caitlin Clark and the WNBA is far from over. In many ways, it's just beginning. How the league handles her rise will shape its image for years to come. Will the WNBA embrace this moment as an opportunity to celebrate all of its players, or will it risk becoming too centered on one figure? The next few seasons will provide the answer. In conclusion, Elle Duncan's remarks remind us that the spotlight is both a gift and a responsibility. It can illuminate greatness, but it can also cast shadows if not shared wisely. Caitlin Clark's story is one of brilliance and potential. The WNBA story is one of perseverance, teamwork, and collective ambition. The two narratives can coexist, and together, they can drive the league to unprecedented heights. This has been Ava, and you're watching WNBA Trending. Stay tuned for more in-depth coverage, analysis, and discussion about the evolving world of women's basketball. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the stories that shape the game.